Hey, what is going on, guys? I am Sully, and welcome back to the channel. So you saw the title, you know what this video is about. So for you non-hunters out there, it may not be very entertaining. It may not be something you want to watch. We are going to talk about these specific subjects, and for some of you, it may sound like whining or complaining. Call it what you will, but I like to see it as I am an old school player. I love the Hunter, and I would love to see it better by having these few changes and tweaks implemented and getting back some of these older abilities that used to make the Hunter phenomenal.
Due to the subpar skills of this gamer, your discretion is advised.
Ladies and gents, get hyped.
So a few things I would love to see come back to the Hunter are the aspects, such as aspect of the Viper. Now, we don't use mana anymore. Back in the day, we used to. So I would love to see aspect of the Viper come back, but we would pop it, and for the next 6 seconds, every ability we use would have a poison effect to it. I think that would be very clever and very brilliant and a great addition. An aspect of the Monkey, just like the Rogue's Evasion, because we are sorely lacking in defense right now, it would be phenomenal if you brought back aspect of the Monkey, but make it a 1 minute cooldown, 50% dodge chance for 6 seconds. I mean, that alone would just skyrocket our defensive capabilities and arenas and PvP overall. Back in the day, Hunter's birds used to have an ability where they can disarm melee. In the current meta, that would fit perfectly to slow down those rogues and those warriors and those red paladins. It would just go a long way. And I would love to see Snake Trap come back. Now, Target Trap already slows, so it would be phenomenal if Snake Trap would come back and add a poison dot to the opponent that triggers it instead of slowing them. So, let's talk about our pets and some talents. So right now, because going into this expansion, we are continuing with the borrowed power over-the-top garbage. Our pets right now as Beastmasters get one-shotted by anything and everything. One Convoke in my pet's dead, whether it's being targeted or not. One Chill Streak, my pet's dead. One Chain Harvest, my pet's dead. One Divine Toll, my pet is dead. And as Beastmasters, we have one defensive ability on a 3-minute cooldown, which is just mind-boggling to me. We'll get into that later. And we have to waste that one defensive 3-minute cooldown often just to res our pets, because our biggest offensive cooldowns are tied into our pets, even though our pets do not do that much damage anymore. So we have to constantly be running around trying to res our pets because they're getting one-shotted by anything and everything. Why don't my pet have the same amount of HP as I do? It's a DPS pet. I'm DPS. Why does it not share my stats? Why does it have so little HP? DPS pets should have DPS player HP. Tank pets should have tank HP, period. It only makes sense. So by the time I get a chance to pull my pets back and heal them, there'll actually be some HP left for me to heal, and I won't have to waste my one 3-minute cooldown in order to res my pets. And it's absolutely necessary to res my pet in order for me to use my biggest cooldowns. So talking about talents, I think every single trap should be passive for all Hunter specs. Every trap. It makes no sense having to spec into traps as a Hunter. Every single trap should be passive for all Hunter specs. It just makes sense. That way, we can free up those 2 slots, Steel Trap and Explosive Trap, and get ourselves at least 2 new abilities coming into this expansion because we got nothing at all, or 2 returning abilities. And on the same note, Stealth should be passive for all Hunter specs. And as Beastmasters, everything having to do with summoning a beast should be a passive thing for the Beastmaster. Crows should be passive. Dire Beast, Stampede, all should be baseline for us. Monks are not Beastmasters, but when they summon Zwen, for the period it's out, it's top DPS because it does so much damage. And it's super tanky, you can't kill it. Why are non-hunter classes, their pets are just killing in damage, and their pets are uber tanky, but yet hunter pets do not do damage, and they get one-shotted by anything and everything? That makes no sense to me. Dire Beast should do a lot of damage. It should be a scary cooldown, and it should give us 10 to 20% haste for that 8 seconds. It is not a game breaker talent, it's only 8 seconds. That should be a thing we have. We should want to pick Dire Beast because it's a legit talent. We have no scary cooldowns right now because Bestial Wrath is on the GCD. There's no reason why our biggest burst cooldown is on the GCD. Aspect of the Wild helps, but our true damage comes from Bestial Wrath. It should be off the GCD along with Aspect of the Wild. We are getting handicapped by that. Stampede. Stampede is a 2-minute cooldown. It does so little damage. Stampede should be a very scary thing. It is easily avoidable, but yet it does so little damage. Any of the offensive cooldowns and the Beastmaster talent, any one of them, Speeding Cobra, Dire Beast, Stampede, Bloodshed, any one of them get a little buff, and Beastmasters are right there in the meta. Bloodshed, it should tick so much harder. It's 18 seconds. 2K over 18 seconds is nothing at all. It is laughable. It should crit like Murder of Crow. It should tick like Murder of Crow's tick. It should do 6 to 8K. It's 18 seconds. That is nothing. Aspect of the Turtle needs a ridiculous rework. It should be a 1-minute cooldown or a 2-minute cooldown. 2-minute cooldown reduces all damage by 50% and reflects all spells for 3 seconds. Pretty simple, solves a lot of our problems. The way you guys have Aspect of Cheetah right now is just stupid. It should be exactly like the Rogue's Sprint. 1-minute cooldown, 50% speed, 8 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever it is, boom, we're done. It's silly that it's 3 minutes long. That is ridiculous. I never want to use it because when I need it, it's never available. Well, so, yeah, I had to get that off my chest because I absolutely love the Hunter, and it's really heartbreaking to see all these people with their borrowed power stuff just wrecking a new and experienced Hunter having to struggle so much because no one wants to go with a Beastmaster. You know, even though you're a great controller, you're not bursty because of our GCD problem, because we have so many globals we have to get through just to set up some damage. And a few minor changes, man. A few minor changes. You know, if you do nothing, if someone at Blizzard actually hears this, if you do nothing, buff Speeding Cobra, please. Please. It is laughable how little damage Speeding Cobra does, no matter how many Cobra shots you put into that Wrath window. It is laughable. It's just silly. There's so much potential there with Speeding Cobra, with Dire Beast, with Bloodshed, with Stampede. There's great talents there. Bringing in those aspects would just fit in perfectly into the current meta. Bringing in the Disarm with the birds, I mean, it would just be great to see these things. And it would make the Hunter classes so much fun. Being stealth whenever you want because it's baseline, having all these straps to our disposal, it would be great. The thing is, every single expansion, Blizzard dumbed down the game in order to attract new players. And these people come in, they're here for a month or two, and they're gone. And then what's left is this husk of what the game used to be, and players that's been playing for 10 years plus have to put up with the 3-button thing. that most of these OP classes have right now. And it's heartbreaking to see that. So, all right, I've ranted enough. And if you are still listening, you are a champ, and I appreciate that. The discussion's open, guys. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel. I would love to read your comments, and I would love to have a conversation with you.